protect them. So I sleeved all of the rookie cards that came in, and I don't know because I don't know if any of them will end up being worth anything. But the
Worth
rookie
something.
cards are
Yeah.
nice. I have a Liam Footy.
So,
He's okay.
so when I was out today, and at the same place I got those PS2 games, I also found a Jose Theodore bobblehead.
My gosh!
No way.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the Fifth Line Podcast. We're back one week late. 1 week later, there was a technological snafu, and we recorded last week and did not have audio. So it would have been
Now there's just going to be a lost secret episode.
Yeah, there's
never
a
hear.
secret
And it was
episode.
like 2 hours long.
Yes, there's a secret episode that nobody will ever hear, ending with a whole lot of Spider-Man talk that no one will ever hear.
Oh yeah.
But we're back. It's the new year. Our first show since the new year. How was everyone's new year?
It was nice.
Everyone's transition into 2022.
I don't know.
Ben built.
I'm here.
Ben built Legos.
I did. I built an Infinity Gauntlet set while I watched Endgame and synced up the Iron Man snap to the midnight. It was
yeah.
very nice night.
I watched the Lightning get owned.
Oh boy, what were they playing that night?
That was the Ranger game where Elliot decided to give them a win.
Right.
Elliot decided to star on Steve's Dangets that
Dude,
week.
did you see? I was like, as soon as I saw it, I was like, well, that's going in there. That's going to be a double feature.
Yeah.
And he did not disappoint. He was on there. Nick was there for that. Nick hung out with us. Yeah, he left us a bunch of Trulies. We have polished those off, so we'll buy you a case when we come up.
Nice. No, you won't, because I don't need them.
What'd you do?
I was supposed to be with you guys, well, with Mike and Nick, well, and you too, Ben.
Yeah.
But then Caroline got COVID.
Some plans kind of fell apart.
We didn't know it at the time, but we suspected it, so we just kind of chilled at her apartment, quarantined.
Yeah.
And she didn't test positive, but she's doing okay.
And Eric didn't. Eric didn't get it.
I didn't. Yeah, I got a test, and I'm okay. Apparently, I didn't get it. I don't know. Maybe
the
I did
immune
have
system on this man.
Get an antibody test. See if you got the antibodies.
That's what I should do. I should get the antibody test.
I think you would, if you're vaxxed, wouldn't you have them?
That's not.
I don't know.
Because the vaccine makes your body create antibodies.
That's a good question, Ben.
Oh.
That's a really good question. I'm not sure.
I'm not positive on that one, but anyway.
Well, the vaccine doesn't stop you from getting it.
I'm negative. It doesn't.
That's
but I was boosted. I know Caroline was boosted too, but I was boosted and I was okay. So I'm sure. And Caroline again, she felt like crap, but like no crazy body aches or not able to get out of bed. So
cool.
It's good it's good she had the vaccination. That definitely helped with that.
Moving on.
Yeah, that's
so obviously New Year's, the most popular thing around New Year's is champagne and New Year's resolutions. I already had some champagne, just a little bit. We actually still have the bottle in the fridge, and I think we're probably just gonna pour it out.
I would say that's gonna be very flat now.
We couldn't get the stopper back in. Who's got some resolutions for us? Anyone? I know Nick's. It's the same as everyone else's. Get swolled.
Get swole.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Nick. Wait, take us. How's that going so far?
Yeah.
Oh
no! What do you mean?
I'm eating good.
Okay, that's good. That's the hard part.
I've had to work late most of the last week, so or not late, but I was working a little half hour or so later every night, so it kind of sucks. Coming home and doing that for an hour and a half, and then doing everything else I need, and then it's like 10 o'clock before you know it. So
yeah.
That's
bedtime. I went yesterday.
Nice.
Nice, you. Yeah.
I went Friday, Saturday last week. I do push-ups every day, but Friday, Saturday last week, and then went yesterday. I was gonna go today, but instead of the hour and a half I was going to spend at the gym, I spent chipping the fucking ice off of my car.
That's always fun.
Yep, I don't know if anybody's been at Mike. I don't know if you've been outside yet today, but I'm sure you dealt with the same shit.
I did. Yep. Yeah, it was quite icy down here.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Real quick on the ice. Yeah, Caroline. I was talking to Caroline today, and she showed me her window, her like apartment window, and like it's just a sheet of ice in front of it.
Was it really?
Like, my truck did that thing. You know how when you put a window down and the sheet just stays there?
It just stays there.
Yeah, I did that today.
Oh, nice.
No,
and then did you? Yeah, you punched it. Did you punch it? Nice. I have this. I have the same resolution. I want to, lift weights, get a little bit more in shape. We'll say. I did go to the doctor, and my resting heart rate was 61. So I'm still in pretty good cardiac shape.
I'm usually around 70. Is that bad?
That's not that bad for resting.
That's normal.
That's probably around normal. 60 is the low end of normal, I'd say. But I have apparently an incredible, and Ben, I have a feeling you have this too, vitamin D deficiency.
Probably because I work exclusively at night now.
You go. Yeah. Well, I mean, we all work inside, and we all live in the Northeast.
Inside as well. Yeah.
But Ben also just lives inside.
Yes, this is true. This is not wrong.
But yeah, so I have to take some vitamin D pills now.
Although I got on a nice brisk walk today to go everywhere because my car's not starting.
Broken. Yeah.
But
why isn't your car starting, Ben?
Yeah.
The best of what I've been able to figure out is I think some of my part of my security system is malfunctioning, like it's a computer issue, because we tried jumping it with a truck and a couple battery packs, never jumped, so I don't think it's a battery. And then everything's like I'm turning and everything's turning on, lighting up, radio's turning on, everything. And then, but it's not starting. And then when I take my key out, there's this little thing that blinks, and I looked up the icon, and it's called the immobilizer, which I guess is like a security feature to let you not start your car in like certain circumstances. But it's my car, so that's my circumstance. I'd like to start my car, but I think I'm gonna have to call Della tomorrow and figure that shit out. I'm hoping I'm not gonna have to have them towed over there.
Yeah, you're probably gonna have to have them towed.
I'm probably gonna have to have them towed over there. Yeah.
Ben, I just want to thank you for this because I have the same car. Yours just has more miles, so you're like prepping me for everything I might have to deal with in the future.
Dude, you go in before it happens. Go in and be like, "Now listen, my friend had this problem. Can you make sure that it's not going to happen?"
I remember my uncle's truck had that one time. He has a F350.
Oh God!
So it's a big pickup.
Yeah, that's a big boy.
And it was dead in his driveway. Like couldn't turn it on. Was doing the same shit. I was still back in college.
Yeah.
This was a while ago, and I remember they had to tow it to Bailey's in Malone.
Yeah.
They put it on a flatbed wrecker. The pickup was bigger than the friggin' wrecker. It was really funny to see because it's such a big truck sitting on the back of it. Yep, that's nice.
Lucky thing is, if they are towing it, they're not towing it terribly far.
Do you have AAA or do you have like
AAA? What's the song?
I don't think so.
You still on Lori's insurance policy?
I am.
You should check with her to see if she has it, because that would
make things a lot cheaper.
Towing's included in like AAA or like I know I don't have AAA on my truck, but it has like roadside assistance.
So if you have AAA in a certain type, it'll within a certain amount of miles, it's a free tow. If it's like a very short distance tow, it's a free tow.
Free tow.
So should I just get AAA for this express purpose?
Ben's New Year's resolution is to get AAA.
I would check with your mom first to see what's on your
anyway. My current car problems aside,
listen,
I've been walking. I walked all around today to get some food and groceries and shit. And
where did you walk to?
Well, I walked over to Kinney's to get some stuff because there's a Kinney's right next to me, and I get some food there.
Yeah. And
then I was walking downtown and just going around because I had to go get some cash at an ATM, and then I walked back home. It was like 3 hours.
Okay.
That was when I
you
picked
should
up
have called a fucking Uber.
I was picturing you
got
walking.
legs.
I was
And he's
picturing
like,
you
"Yeah."
walking up to like Walmart.
No, I'm
That's
not,
like
I'm
Jesus.
not doing
That's
that.
like 3 miles.
I'm not doing that, but I walked around most of downtown today.
Nice. My last resolution was 1 soda a week, and that 1 soda happens during the podcast. So this week, I will be drinking. Nick sent it to me. I had already had one when Nick sent it to me, but this week I'm drinking a new Mountain Dew Spark, which is dew with a blast of raspberry lemonade.
Ooh.
That sounds very good.
It's very tasty.
I said that sounds
I do,
fantastic.
and I'm mad because they have it in like 12 packs at Walmart, but I can't drink it, so I can drink it once a week.
I feel like I would love that because my favorite gum to steal out of your bucket forevermore was I think it was the raspberry like lime lemonade one. Wasn't there like a raspberry?
My double bubble bucket?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a raspberry lemon flavor of some sort, and it was really fucking good.
Yep. That was the community gum bucket.
The community
another one of those.
gum.
I missed the trail mix bucket.
I don't remember that one.
You don't want
That's
to.
because it wasn't a community trail mix bucket. Remember this plastic container? He always had a bunch of candy and shit in the bottom drawer. And he had this big tub of trail mix for years, right?
Oh no.
And then when he moved down here, he still had it, and I still ate it. And I'm talking like 3, 4 years old at that point.
Oh no.
So.
He didn't
it was probably fine. The amount of preservatives that were in
Listen, I ate the milk duds.
He ate the chocolate pieces. He didn't eat like the nuts or anything else. It was just the chocolate pieces.
You and those fucking milk dud boxes, though. You fuck.
Yeah.
Was that you that
was him. Yeah, with the fucking he makes it into a whistle.
Yes.
And it's super annoying. Yeah.
Maybe I'll get a box and I'll show the viewers.
Yeah, dude. Wait, I'm really curious about this now.
It's annoying.
You know what? My resolution is to watch Nick make a milk duds box into a whistle.
I'll do it when you come up and play hockey.
I got a bunch of milk duds left over.
You just got to bring them.
Halloween milk
Those
dud
little
candies.
bastards don't work. It's got to be the big boy box.
Oh, it's got to be a big boy. All right, I'll buy it. All right, so moving into some hockey stuff.
Wait, I need a resolution, an actual resolution.
Oh, you want a real one? Do you want me to give it to you?
I want a real one. Yeah. No, I need.
What does Eric need to do?
No. So I mentioned this last week, and I remembered. So what I want to do. This is my resolution. I rollerblade, inline skate.
I remember this. Yeah.
And I'm trying to learn how to hockey stop on rollerblades, and I can do it. Turning to my left, so I'm like leading with my right foot, my right side, but I want to be able to do it with my left side as well. So I want to be able to hockey stop both sides. That is
every time I think of trying that, I just feel either my ankle or knee snapping.
Mm-hmm.
Just thinking about it. But power to you. You are a braver man than I.
I will teach you one day, Ben.
And in a better shaped man than I, though. That also helps.
But you first need to get
considerably better roller skating abilities than all of us.
Yes,
that's true. That's also true.
Being from Long Island, where we do not get wild ice all the time, roller hockey is the way. Is the way to go.
There's no ice you can just find.
Yeah, no, with Long Island. With Long Island, your family either pays for you to get really good hockey lessons and become a really good hockey player, or you play roller hockey. That's essentially what happens.
All right then.
Yeah.
I really wish the Pro Roller Hockey League was still a thing. Those team names. Oh, I think it was Roller Hockey International. It was a thing in the 90s.
What?
There was a Pro Roller League.
There is like an international Team USA roller hockey team still, and they're really freaking good.
Join them.
Yeah. Get in there. Get in there, Rick.
Rick is
Eric, I want to know what the story is with your hair. Are you gonna let this shit grow out?
That's his real New Year's resolution. No haircuts 2022.
So I am gonna.
That's not gonna happen.
Did you already break
my
it?
hair grow.
No,
nice.
I didn't, but
okay,
it's going to be broken soon.
No.
Oh, come on.
No,
I don't enjoy. It just puffs, and I don't like it.
Listen, you'll enjoy it eventually.
No.
Delayed gratification.
I do like the flow you got going, though, Eric.
Yeah,
to Eric's
I'm
hair.
gonna keep it going.
Yeah,
keep it going.
Are you gonna get that shit down to here?
I don't know where it's gonna go down to. I'm essentially just gonna keep it going until I get sick of it. And all right,
cut it. That's kind of how I do it.
Yeah, no, exactly.
I'm like,
but
okay, I'm sick of it now.
The other thing is, my dad right now has a little ponytail, this tiny little ponytail.
Oh,
His hair out
nice.
over the pandemic, and it's just, it's wild because he grew it out, and then he just as I don't know if it was as a joke or he's like, oh, I'm gonna try to put it in a ponytail. So he's this little tiny ponytail. Look, he looks like he's in the mafia. Even. So. But no, but he has that, and I'm like, you know what? If my dad can do that, how long can I get my hair out? I've never really.
Oh, you can absolutely get it that long.
Yeah, you'd be going for that Eric Carlson look, getting that kind of
the old Carlson.
When it gets long enough, you see what Mike's doing right now, how he has it slicked back, then I'll start putting it back. But right now, I'm just kind of letting it curl.
Letting it do its thing.
Mine doesn't like to stay back; it likes to part in the middle and come down. Which looks bad right now, but it once the top gets long enough, it'll be fine.
It'll be fine. Yeah.
I don't like it. I like it going back.
That's amazing.
I hate it so much.
Yeah, it looks pretty bad. Yeah.
Yeah, but you have such nice hair.
That's
okay.
That's
but
really
now you just fully are Steve Harrington.
Middle part.
I know. I am. I do look like that fucking guy. I hate it.
Made it as his fucking Netflix avatar way back when he lived with me, and I was like, "It's you." And then now you literally just grew the hair into it.
As soon as it grows out, it starts looking like I start looking like that guy.
Hey, he comes around. He's an awesome character by the third season.
I think the actor. You know what? We'll talk about that later. I'm gonna ask Daniel. I think Daniel will know. So there's our New Year's resolutions. Please, down in the comments, let us know what your resolutions are. Did you give one?
I don't think so. I want to read more. There we go.
Oh, hey.
I do actually want to read more because I haven't done, and I read a book last year.
Dude.
I haven't done a lot of reading in a long time.
Okay, so
I want to get back into it.
So here's the thing, Ben. Danielle, I'm going to try and recruit Ben.
I don't know if I want to be in a book club. I already have a million books in my apartment that I just kind of want to go through. Is more so where I'm at.
Okay, well, text me if you're interested because we have because we do we read a book, but it's we have 2 months to read it, so it's not it's pressure. There's 2 months to get the book done, and then we have the meeting or whatever.
See, my thing is then if you do that. If I have 2 months,
it'll be the last 2 weeks.
2 days. No, last 2 days.
Oh, jeez. Oh, yeah. Okay, well, I like that. I like that.
I want to read more. That's mine.
Nice.
I'm gonna go with that.
I like it. I like it.
You know what? I'd like to read a book this year.
This guy. Listen, we're gonna sidetrack for a second here. This guy last year was talking to a girl.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh no! What's
now
about
listen,
to happen?
He pulled a Benny on this one, and we call it that because Ben read books for
I read
female.
the Twilight
series. So this wasn't as bad as that.
That is my shame.
This wasn't as bad as that because it was Harry Potter.
I fucking hate you.
He borrowed my
yes. It did happen.
Hey,
why did you go fuck yourself?
Listen, man, listen. We're all lying if any of us say that we haven't done something to try and get a girl. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We're all lying if we say we haven't done that.
No, it wasn't to get.
I've just
her.
kind of, it wasn't.
I mean, looking back, no, we're not gonna get into that.
Okay, we're not gonna look back. Stop looking back.
I could have definitely just read that just to have something else more in common, right?
Yeah.
That was kind of honestly the goal, but
yeah,
okay,
that is the goal. Yeah.
Also, they're good books.
It's a conversation
please.
starter.
No,
but yes, also read the series.
Give me the goddamn cliff
Dude,
notes.
There's so much more to the books, though.
No,
the movies can
that.
eat.
No, I need myself some freaking Daniel Radcliffe.
Do you?
Also,
you know
we're talking about Harry Potter.
He's 5'5". Do you know that? He's a tiny guy.
Yeah.
So is Emma Watson and the guy who plays Malfoy a couple?
No. Did you
Okay.
watch that? Did you watch the special? No, but they aren't. But like Hermione or Emma Watson was like had a huge crush on him while they were
And
shooting.
then doesn't it like I saw somebody tweeting about it being like, but it appears as though he does have the feelings now and she doesn't or something. And
Probably.
yeah.
Have you seen her?
Yeah. I've seen some flirtatious shit from them on like social media before, though. Yeah,
I'm sure
they're playing
hey,
into
it. Could happen. Could happen.
Anyway,
little side. So yeah, so Nick took my Harry Potter 4 and had it for like 5 months or something and never read it and then gave it back to me.
I read that in 3 days in like 8th grade.
Well, no, they're not difficult reading, but it's all about motivation. Yeah. And Nick just didn't have motivation.
I was talking with Danielle when I was down there on New Year's, right? And we were talking about reading a little bit, and she said that her goal is like what, 50 pages a day or something like that.
She does something like that, yeah.
And I was thinking to myself, 50 pages in a day. I said to her, "How long does that take?" She's like, "Oh, I don't know, half hour, 45 minutes or whatever."
Yeah.
She said she's a fast reader, and I'm like, 50 pages would take me like 5 fucking hours.
I am slower now. That'd probably take me like an hour and a half now.
Same. I see.
But I used to be a lot faster. That's the thing. Like I noticed it when I was reading the one book I read last year.
Wait, what was it? What was it?
The fuck was it? I know. Fuck.
Oh wow.
I can picture the cover, but I can't remember the.
You can't see the text on the cover.
Yeah. What the fuck?
See the thing.
It was an HBO show with Amy Adams like a couple years back. They made. Fucking A.
All right, look at that up.
Sidebar, gentlemen.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine. Adams. So my thing, I read slow.
Sharp objects.
Oh, okay.
Sharp objects. And I noticed as I was reading that, I was like, I am noticeably slower than I once was. Like it was, yeah.
But we hope you enjoyed that little side convo.
Yeah, we've been going on for a bit here. What were we talking about?
Joe Thornton, ladies and gentlemen.
Joe Thornton.
Joe Thornton. He's old as balls, and he's got a sweet beard.
He's big. He's hairy. That's It's pretty much.
He is hairy. But he's played
one of like how many people who have played 1,700 games? It's like it was a very small list. I think it was like 4 or 5 when I saw it tweeted out.
I was gonna say it can't be more than 5 because like it would
Gordie
Howe,
Yager, I think.
Oh, Yager.
Marlowe.
Marlowe's not at 17. Marlowe's at Marlowe just passed 1,200.
I thought he beat Gordie or.
Wait, yeah. Wait, was it 50?
I thought that was a whole record.
Yeah, Marlowe is
you're
most
right.
games.
You're right.
Yeah.
You're right. It's like 17. It's like 17.
I think it's 19 something.
Is it
19
really?
something.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
All right.
He is.
Stop listening to me.
Wait, what?
No.
I was entirely no. I was also wrong. I think because he. No, you were closer, right? Yeah, 1768.
Oh.
1768. There we go.
But yeah, so he played his 1700th game, and he's actually at 1701 now. So a long career, still going. I don't know when.
How is he doing with Florida right now? I haven't even.
I don't think
he's doing all right.
He's doing probably not bad.
As good as a 45-year-old can do.
Is he 40? What the hell? I thought he was like 40.
I have no idea.
He might be 45 by now.
But
I don't know.
Like he's doing what you'd expect in his 40s forward veteran guy on the fourth line to do. You know, he scores goals occasionally. He's just there to
The longevity on that man. He is 42.
Going. Yeah. Did you guys watch All or Nothing? Did you guys watch the All or Nothing thing? I know Ben skipped ahead
the last episode.
But I watched it and I saw Joe, and he looks like an old man, like underneath the equipment. Yeah. Like he looks like an old man, and I'm like, how is this guy doing it? He's got like skinny
goals,
legs.
2 assists in 21 games.
Yeah.
For what he's doing, yeah.
Not bad.
Throughout his career, he's got 1,701 games played, 1,535 points, and 1,100 plus. I think it's 1,106 of those are assists. So
yeah,
he's a passer.
He was always setting up people in San Jose. That was what he was known for. But yeah, the longevity on that man, almost as long as his beard.
It's quite impressive. Do we think he can go for that Marlowe record?
Oh, probably. But did Marlowe retire?
I don't think he got picked up by anybody, which is odd. But
I mean, he kind of.
I mean, he wasn't great, but is he any?
Like
is Thornton any better?
Something, right?
Yeah, 17.
It all depends if Joe wants to play more. Like, didn't he reluctantly get signed by Florida this year, or did they sign him quickly?
I mean, it might have been towards the end of the free agency, but that's not him not wanting to play. That's more nobody wanting to grab him, and then he's just like calling any team like, "I still want to play."
Well, didn't have like a stellar year with Toronto anyway.
He started well.
And I know he was hurt for a chunk of it too.
Yeah. Fell off.
Yeah, because
if he still shows that he's viable, like, and at this point, it's not like he's taking a very big cap hit.
No, he's basically taking league min wherever he goes because he doesn't care.
He did score a power play goal in that series against the Habs. He had more goals than Mitch Marner.
Oh my god,
that's
that fucking team, man.
At least they're playing good right now.
Yeah, I can't wait for them to. I can't wait for them to play good for the rest of the regular season and then absolutely shit the bed in the playoffs. I hope they do it against Lightning.
Hey, before we talk about our next topic, I want you guys to remind me. I want to tell you guys about the wacky potential football scenario that can happen today.
Oh, okay.
What is the wacky?
I don't think I have.
Do you want me to just tell you
let's
right
go.
now?
Let's go do it right now.
So going into today, the Colts, as long as the Colts beat the Jaguars, who are garbage, they were going to have a wild card position. But if they lost, there was a trickle-down effect of different scenarios that could occur, which have. So the Colts lost this afternoon, which bumps them out of a playoff spot now. As long as this... It will bump them out of a playoff spot. But the team that's supposed to fill that spot, I believe, is the Steelers. But for the Steelers to get that spot in the late game tonight, which is going on right now,
it's New Orleans, right?
The Raiders, as long as the Raiders and Chargers don't tie, the Steelers get in the playoffs. If the Raiders and Chargers do tie, the Raiders and Chargers both get into the playoffs and play the wild card game.
What the
hell?
So
it's an all or nothing last game of the season. And the thing that's circulating Twitter right now is like, well, why don't they just knee the whole game? Have a score go 0-0, so rest everybody for next week.
Imagine that.
And then you guys play the wild card game against each other.
Oh, they'd get so fucking
Which would
fined.
very much take away from the integrity of the game.
Yeah.
I was talking to Trevor about it today. But this could happen. Like they could even play the game out legitimately and still tie. It's happened before. And if it happens and they tie, those two play the wild card. If one wins, whoever wins is in. If you win, you're in. If you tie, you're both in. If the loser loses, they're out, and the Steelers are in.
Yep.
So it's like a weird little combination of things that could happen.
That's very weird.
I'm interested after this gets done. I'm going to turn it on and see what's going on.
That's very weird.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
So I am keeping my fingers crossed that this score of that game ends up being tied so I can watch them both play. Because think about it. You're a GM of a team or you're an owner of a team, right?
Yeah.
And knew earlier in the day today that this scenario could work out in your favor for both teams. Wouldn't you get on the phone and be like, "Hey, let's fucking tie this game and play playoffs"?
To be honest, I think though. Here's the thing, though, right? So Raiders, Chargers. So the Chargers are a good team, right?
They're both decent.
Okay, so like if I'm there, are the Colts an okay team? The Colts lost to the Jaguars.
By the Colts losing, they're out.
No, wait. So, but you said so. But if let's say the Raiders win, then it's Raiders.
They will
Colts,
get the
right?
Steelers.
Right?
Oh, Steelers.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Okay, sorry. So, I know the Steelers are kind of.
The Steelers are, I would say, a worse team.
Yeah.
Yes, you would want to play the worst team, and I get
exactly.
That.
I'd rather beat the Chargers.
The other argument is, would you both want to be playing a playoff game rather than one of you not playing a playoff game?
I don't think either team
not gonna
cares.
happen.
I don't think either team cares about what the other team gets in terms of playoff games. Like,
No, but I guess what I'm saying is if you're a GM of those teams, wouldn't you be on the phone with the other team and saying, hey, listen, if we tie this game, we both play a playoff game. If one of us loses, we're out.
That whoever
you just want to just be like, okay, we're gonna get more revenue because we have another game coming.
Whichever GM called looks scared of the other team.
yeah.
I know it. Yeah, I agree.
They're like, this guy's scared. He wants to die.
Personally, I hope it does because it'd be pretty cool to see.
That would be interesting.
But, yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, football. What the heck? Football playoffs are wacky.
Well, there's just so few games, so like a single game can have so many implications compared to a single game in an 82 game season where like it might come down to that, but those chances are a lot less.
There's usually,
and I've seen like even crazier things, like not specifically like this, but like for a team to get in the playoffs, you need X, Y, and Z teams to win, these teams to lose, and this team to tie or something like that.
Yeah.
I've seen like a lot of different combinations of things for a team to get in. Never happen, but yeah.
There's usually a few games towards the end of the year that have not that big of implications, but there's usually a few games towards the end that are like, yeah, they need this to make the playoffs or, things like that. That's interesting, Nick. Thank you for bringing that to our table.
Yeah.
The score is currently 3-0 Raiders.
The Raiders are up, so no 0-0 tie for that game. The Raiders
They did not collude to tie the game. Okay, good to know.
Dude, imagine if they actually did that. Like, they'd be getting fined, right? You got to assume.
Yeah, I don't know. The
NFL not gonna.
The running joke was the quarterback's just kneeing the whole game. It's a game of knees because a knee is just like
it just wastes clock.
Formation. Yeah, waste clock. Yep. Anyway,
right.
Figured that might be an interesting story for everybody.
Yeah,
that is, and it is football. Postseason starts next weekend.
Wild cards.
The wild cards.
Oh, the one game a year.
Oh, is that the wild cards?
So next weekend's wild card games.
And the weekend after it fully starts.
There's the first round bye teams, and then it's the divisional championships. I have to look. It might be AFC championships in 2 weeks, and then I think that's what it is. I think it's wild cards. Then it's whoever wins AFC, NFC championships, Pro Bowl, and then Super Bowl. Because Super Bowl is usually the first week of February, so that would line up because next weekend, wild card, championships, Pro Bowl, Super Bowl. Yeah,
there it is.
I think.
Well, I will be watching the Buccaneers, see if they can repeat Tampa Bay. Let's go.
You just adopted the
I did.
The
I
Tampa
adopted
football team as well.
I adopted all Tampa Bay sports. All right, so this is a cool little story. I'm gonna gloss over it pretty quick. A Seattle Kraken fan / med student saved a Canucks equipment manager's life and saved him from a whole lot of pain at the same time. So what happened was it was Brian Hamilton was the assistant equipment manager for the Kraken. They were in town, or excuse me, the Canucks, equipment manager for the Canucks. And they were in town in Seattle playing the Kraken, and he was doing some shit on the bench, setting out towels and whatever else. And he hears knocking on the glass, and he turns around and he sees a young lady with her phone up against the glass saying, "Hey, the mole on your back, on the back of your neck, might be cancer." So he saw it and he kind of brushed it off. A little while later, they get back. He's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'll go get it looked at." He gets it looked at, and it was cancer. But luckily, the cancerous cells hadn't worked their way below the skin yet. So they were all still in the mole, so he was able to get that lopped off, and is obviously cancer-free. And then he took to the internet to use the power of the internet to.
That was really cool. I really liked that.
To find out who this girl was, because he had no idea. And so they found her. I think they found her in a like a Facebook Kraken fan group or something.
It was a fan group on Facebook. Yeah,
it was within 3 hours too.
It was really quick.
Damn,
yeah,
I was listening to Chicklets and they were talking about it, and it was like
cool.
within 3 hours of them trying this manhunt on the internet, they found her.
That's funny.
The internet is good sometimes.
There are good things about it. There are good things about
every
it.
once in a while.
But it was Nadia Popovici. My apologies if I'm mispronouncing that, but I'm from northern New York, so we don't get a lot of different stuff up there. So it was her. They found her, and then they had like a meeting next time they were in town, and the Kraken and the Canucks combined to give her a $10,000 scholarship for medical school for saving that guy's life. So
super cool.
You ever wondered how much you get to save someone's life? It's $10,000.
I was kind of thinking, it's like 2 pro hockey teams couldn't even done like.
That's all they could scrounge up. Like,
I also
give her $100,000.
I also
pay off her fucking medical school.
I was like, all right, it's nice, but like, you are 2 professional sports teams, $10,000.
Yeah, I
Vancouver
also
one that's
like,
flush with like they're not like they're kind of a story
market.
franchise. Like
Any Canadian market usually makes a decent amount of money.
Yes.
I'd like
anyway,
to fact check
still
myself.
nice story.
Very nice.
I just want to fact check myself for you guys.
Yeah.
I was wrong on football playoffs.
Oh yeah.
It's wild card divisions Pro Bowl or wild card division championships Pro Bowl Super Bowl.
So it's
in
second
5
weekend.
weeks. 5 weeks.
Dang.
You can watch your game, Ben.
Yeah, I'll be watching.
I'll also be watching.
Watch the hell out of that one game.
Yeah.
I'm just looking forward to the Doritos commercial.
That is always a
That's
banger.
fair.
All right. All right. We did it. All that. Nick, bring it in. What's up in Dallas?
So I'm laying in my bed yesterday morning. Brian sends me a text with this Klingberg article saying that he has requested. John Klingberg has requested a trade.
His guy, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Requested a trade out of Dallas, and then he texts me. He's like, "Man, I hope that they sign another guy named Klingberg, and he wears the number 4 because then my jersey's obsolete." And I said, "Listen, Ben's done that 1,000 times.
Yeah,
do that, you curse your team."
Yeah, I stopped worrying about that a while ago.
So I don't know exactly why he wants out. It didn't really go into that. The article I read anyway didn't really go into that detail. At the beginning of the season, they were trying to negotiate like a 7-year deal with him. He's coming off of like a 7-year deal right now, so they were trying to renegotiate another deal with him.
Mm-hmm.
He's a RFA.
He's still an RFA?
No.
He's a UFA.
He's UFA.
Okay, like how?
He's 29.
And so this is when I'm reading through this article, there was a little video attached to it too, and I don't remember. It might have even been ESPN, but it was talking about, okay, so what is Dallas going to do with him? Are they going to trade him? Are they going to ship him out of town? Like, what's the deal? And they're like, right now the Ducks are ahead of Dallas, and Dallas is still playing okay. Like, I know we talked about at the beginning that they kind of shat the bed at the end of that game today. But they're still in an okay stance. They could potentially be in a wild card spot in the future. So it's hard to say what they're going to do with him because they could just use him as a rental if they're still in a position of a wild card spot, right? If you see him tank out between now and then and you're like, there's no way they're going to make it, then yeah, I bet you they'd trade him for somewhere because you got either lose him for nothing or try and get something out of him because he's still a good defenseman, or if they're in a position, they'll just use him and then they'll lose him at the end. Like using your own guy as a rental defenseman is not as bad as you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a free rental.
Yeah.
Basically. Dallas is, I believe, 4 points outside of a wild card right now. I don't know. It's at least it's at the most like 6 points with the loss.
I'm not gonna lie, with all of the fucking postponements and all that shit, I have no concept of any of what is going on in the league right now.
Yeah, I know, and I don't either. And so, like, I'm watching when I was at the gym last night while I was running. The TVs or the treadmills we have little TVs on them. I was watching the Rangers and the Rangers.
What's up, bud?
Hey. I was watching the Rangers and the Ducks game, and I was like, man, those Ducks are pretty good. I don't know who the
They're
frick
not
the
bad.
goalie is.
They're not bad.
but-
John Gibson.
The Ducks are in a playoff spot right now.
Hell yeah.
Yes, they are.
Go
Which
Anaheim.
Not a wild card spot, right? Like, or are
I
they
think
in a
they're
wild
second
card?
in the Pacific. The last I saw,
I should bring that up,
Okay.
shouldn't I?
which who would have thought? I mean, Troy Terry just becoming in the top 5 in the league scoring in it just randomly, and Trevor Zegras finding himself and working pretty well with Sonny Milano. Like, that's one of the, I've enjoyed watching what they've been doing this year. They're a fun team.
So, yeah, I don't know what we started this off with the discussion with Dallas and Klingberg.
Yes.
But yeah, it's hard to say what they're going to do with him. I don't think you're really going to know for another month or so.
Well,
maybe
let's
2.
say they decide. Let's say they shit the bed here for the next month and a half, and they decide, you know what, this isn't our year. Let's get something for him. Who do you guys think? Who do you think would be targeting a John Klingberg? What teams?
Needs defensive help.
Edmonton was on my list.
Although I still hope they go for Sherratt.
Assuming they make it to the playoffs.
I don't know if you saw the template, but I threw the Edmonton spiraling out of control item.
We'll be going there next.
We can lead right into that with that. I don't know, because
he doesn't make a huge cap hit. You know who I was thinking? I was thinking
Carolina.
No,
Carolina does not need defense.
Carolina doesn't need Jack Diddley.
They're just good. Yeah.
I was thinking the Rangers, because the Rangers D is not incredible. You know why they win, and this is why they won against the Lightning. It's just Shesterkin.
Yeah,
Shesterkin is why they win.
Good. I mean, so I that's interesting, because especially if for the playoffs coming up, the Rangers want another reliable defenseman to go on a run this year. I could see them pulling the trigger.
That's what I see.
If you can get 3 studs, I guess I don't consider Klingberg a stud this year, but if you can get 3 top tier defensemen, which they have 2.
Yeah. Who do you think? Trouba. Yeah. I was who the fuck is on the Rangers deal?
He's lame. He just hits people.
Well,
he's still good.
No, yeah, he is.
I mean, that's interesting. The Rangers. I don't know,
that was just my thoughts, but they honestly might not be able to make the cap situation work. So,
yeah.
Do you think Seattle? You think Seattle would do something crazy? Try to go after him?
I don't.
With their $7 billion defensemen
and they're fourth from the last place in the NHL. Yeah.
The Habs have last place.
Colorado's not really in the hunt right now.
No, Colorado's pretty good. Colorado.
The only other team I can
end.
think of is maybe Philly, but they're a weird team. The Flyers are a weird team, but they definitely, I don't know.
Yeah.
Okay. So I think we all kind of agree that the team that's going to need it the most is Edmonton.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, they got to do something.
Edmonton just needs things.
To do that with Edmonton,
other than
it's not like they have a lot of assets to give up, because Edmonton's in their same cyclical cycle that they've been in for 7 years of having a good top 2 lines, or a pretty good top 2 lines, nothing on the third and fourth, a couple good pairings, and
then just purposefully sewered their decor this summer. I don't know how you thought making a core out of Cody Ceci, Duncan Keith, Tyson Barrie, and Chris Russell at the top was.
Darnell Nurse is there, and so is Evan Bouchard.
Oh, Darnell Nurse, and those are the 2 good ones in all of that group.
Yeah, no, I agree. Evan Bouchard's their best defenseman all year.
Yeah,
mistakes were made.
They gave multiple years to Cody Ceci though, at I think $3 million a year.
They got to give up some sort of asset to get him out of Dallas.
That's what I was saying. Dallas, because
from picks and prospects.
Because right now they're still in the hunt for now obviously this could change by trade deadline, but they're still in the hunt for the playoffs. So if they decided to pull the trigger while still being in the hunt for a playoff spot, they would need they would need a player back at least.
Yeah,
at least a player.
They needed probably a defenseman back.
That's probably what they'd be looking for. But like, if obviously, if they decide to dance with the Oilers, they're gonna be like, "No, we're good. We're good.
No.
Give us
we'll
a forward,
him.
please."
Yeah,
it's interesting. It sucks for Dallas fans because he's been a staple there for a while.
Yeah, he has for 7+ years.
They drafted
but now
him.
they got Heiskanen too. Heiskanen's better.
Oh yeah.
But he's better. But then when you lose a guy who's like been a core defenseman for you, then
that Heiskanen has to do
worse. Yeah, he's gonna have to do more, and then he's not gonna look as good. They're gonna have to fill that spot with somebody. So
see Suzuki and Phil Deneau. See that situation.
Yeah.
There's been a lot of other stuff too.
All right. What do we got here?
Before we get to teams, because I think that's next. Is that next?
I think so.
I want to bring up the Los Angeles Kings bringing on Marc Bergevin today.
Well, let's clump this in. You bring that in, and then we'll go right into your Canadians.
Go into the Habs. Okay.
Yeah.
So Ben, can I just say something real quick? I had no idea what was happening with this, and I saw a meme on Twitter, and it was Bergevin's face, and Phil Deneau's face on it's a Spider-Man, Spider-Man panel. Oh my god, I was like, what is this?
Phil Deneau cannot escape him.
No,
he's like, no, please.
Yeah.
So he gets appointed. The Kings PR puts out today. He's been appointed. I don't remember what the fucking official title was, but advisor to the GM or whatever,
something like that. Yeah.
And then I saw some stuff. Saw some reports coming out of like French media in Quebec saying he's probably going to get an AGM contract after going into next season. I saw like starting to get reported. So. The Los Angeles Kings have acquired the services of Marc Bergevin, and that's just the funniest fucking thing. I feel bad for Phil Deneau.
That is unfortunate. We'll see.
I guess go Kings. I don't know why he really thought bringing him on was.
Yeah, we're talking about a young team with a lot of promise, bringing on a guy who had that.
And then sewered it, and then got on a surprise run last year.
Yeah. That's questionable.
Very, very questionable. That makes me sad. As someone who follows the Kings, like that makes me very sad.
Yeah, I just saw it, and I was like, because I guess so. It's not all. I always thought it was funny. I've always noticed the Ottawa Senators PR account has never been verified. And like it always looks so odd seeing it. It's still not verified, but like I know it is certainly the one. That's like weird. It's been confirmed to me. Like it's also not just them because the Kings one was not verified. And I saw
Kings?
It. Yeah, and I saw it, so I was like, wait, is this actually? And then I started getting reported by other people, and I was like, okay, it actually is happening. All right, but yeah. I just was really surprised earlier today. It was like 2, and I was like, he went to the Kings, which isn't that weird because that had actually been reported when there was a lot of talk around his contract going into this season, where he only had this year left, and there was already talks of him possibly just planning on going to LA after this year.
Yeah.
And then now this happens after he got fired, so that seems to have been true.
What's the tie to LA?
I don't know.
Beaches.
Maybe Luke Robitaille. Who'd you say?
I said beaches.
There's that too. Yeah, I don't know, but he's in LA now. Have fun with him.
He's LA's problem now, mother lickers.
I'm just glad he's not running my team anymore.
He'll get you a good goalie.
Maybe.
When it comes to my team, no, he didn't even get Price.
He didn't draft him. Yeah,
came on.
He got
already having Price.
You got Jake Allen.
Really?
Yeah.
But getting a decent defenseman
by trading of another decent. Anyway.
Oh yeah.
We can do another Bergevin and talk another day. But
we should.
The Habs right now. I don't believe they've played a single game since we last talked last Sunday in our secret episode. And I honestly couldn't begin to. They played a game with 11 forwards and 5 defensemen at one point. They've been struggling. They've had like several ECHLers coming in. Things aren't great. COVID hit them hard. They had like 20 plus people in COVID protocol over the last little bit, I think, or injured, one or the other. Like, it's all bad. The games are not fun. But in fun management news, it's highly likely it's going to come out before the end of January that we know who the Habs GM is going to be from everything I've been seeing. They've been doing a lot of interviewing, and a lot of the candidates I like the sounds of. I still don't like the sounds of Patrick Waugh, but then it also came out like the other day. He was like, yeah, they actually haven't reached out to me or something. Like and that whole side of it's been fucking dumb.
Nice.
I want this to be done so we can stop having a Patrick Waugh discourse on Habs Twitter every day and like,
it's like how T.O. wants to go play playoff football with the Bucks. He's trying to get into the team, but the team doesn't want him. So
no shit.
Like listen,
the Bucks just dealt with.
They don't want him.
The Bucks just dealt with all the AB shit.
Yeah,
which we can talk about actually if you guys want.
But the Habs. So hopefully we'll know the GM soon. But in the meantime, because one of the other guys that got fired, when or I don't know, fired like whatever, however you want to put it. When Bergevin was gone, was their PR guy, their vice president of communications.
Oh.
And in his place, they hired Chantal Machabie, who is like hugely famous French journalist in Canada, has been with RDS forever, is like one of the few like in the French language media that's like really well known across both the French and English media landscapes and like hockey media in Canada. Mm-hmm. She's been like so respected for so long. Like she's like the best possible kind of candidate, and was brought in the VP of communications. That might not be the actual title, but like that's the job. I don't know what the official title name is.
Dude.
But I loved that hire. I was so happy. I'm like, maybe it would be a little, because the thing with the Habs for the longest time is all of their communications were as minimal as possible, as like we're not telling you shit as possible, and we're always so fucking condescending in terms of like how they treated fans and how they like released information. So I'm hoping we'll get a bit of a change.
It's a French thing.
French people are dicks.
It's just I think it was just instead. But
I was hoping
I'm hoping we're gonna maybe get a nice bit of a change there, because everything about Chantal Machabie has me excited. So
very excited, yes.
Yeah.
You want to know what doesn't have Nick excited is the fucking cancellations of Ottawa Senators games.
Yeah,
because Ben, the Senators haven't played a game since they got their shit packed by
Toronto last Saturday. Yeah,
with
Matt Murray's last Saturday game.
Matt Murray.
Yeah. Yep. Because I remember all their goalies were out on COVID.
Dude, that's like
they had to call Matt Murray.
That's like that's such like the hilarity of that situation. You send this $6 million goalie down because he sucks ass, and then your two other goalies go down, and you have to bring the $6 million goalie back up, and then he still gets owned. Like, oh my god, man, I know it sucks, but God,
Sens are having a time.
Yeah, and today they canceled a game with Edmonton. And I assume it's this whole freaking thing about fans again. And it's just like,
it is, yeah.
End their goddamn season at this point, because they're just canceling. If you're canceling Canadian games, you're not going to be able to play games across the fucking border. Like,
they're canceling.
A lot of the stuff has been they're going to try to get Canadian games going on later in the year, and they're getting the games.
These poor guys are going to have to play back-to-backs at some point.
The schedule is going to be terrible, and we're probably going to have an extended season again.
Yep.
We're not going to have it stop at like it was supposed to get to the point where we're going to get back on the usual rotation. I don't see that happening.
So here's my question on that. Because there's no NHL players going to the Olympics, does that give the league still enough time as a buffer period?
So the one thing I heard, it was actually on the. Have you guys watched Agent Provocateur yet on SDPN?
Yes, I have.
I haven't watched any.
I've been following that.
I haven't watched the most recent episodes though.
I think it might not have been the most recent one. It was either that or like the second to most recent. Alan Walsh was mentioning. I don't remember the guess. I just remember Alan Walsh mentioning that their window of like postponements where it was going to get to the point where they would have to extend the season was somewhere around 115-ish games. And as of like a week and a half ago, they were at 92 already. And they've gone up since then. And I only see it going up from here. So I think we're going to be watching a Stanley Cup final at the end of July again, basically.
Well, you know what? We got some playoffs when we're celebrating Eric's graduation.
Yeah, hey, if we got the Cup finals, like we come down for his grad party and this Cup finals, hey,
guys.
And what if it's the Isles? In the
I was gonna say that's assuming the Isles are there. Oh my!
Dude, I just been watching it on TV or whatever. But like, what if?
I was about to be like, I'm gonna start.
Are you kidding me?
I'm gonna start saving my money now.
We're going to the game.
So, guys, did you hear with respect to like the Olympic period time with what they can and can't do with taxi squads? So the whole new they just started up like
I honestly haven't.
They're going to be able to start using taxi squads again, not as like a cap shuffle thing like some teams did last season, but a true a true taxi squad. But during the Olympic period, they aren't going to let them use taxi squads because of how their CBA is written for them letting them go to the Olympics. It's like, I heard it on the radio. They're so.
Oh my gosh, man!
And Chicklets, they're going to be able to use taxi squads, and then not for the 3 weeks when Olympics were going to happen, and then they can use them again. It's just like, what
league is so fucking dumb.
That's so stupid. I understand, like, because the Olympics or whatever, but like the whole reason the taxi squad was introduced was because of COVID shit. That's not going to be.
But you were saying it was something to do with the CBA, right?
I think so.
Yeah, if it's something like that, it's just a matter of they've already
changed it.
Yeah, I mean that is the answer, but no, we already did the thing. We can't fix it now, Mike. Come now.
I don't exactly remember what the details were, but there was something fucking screwy about like that 3-week Olympic period, even though it's not going to happen anymore.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that doesn't shock me. It's the NHL. Yeah, that sounds about right. So that sounds like the kind of thing that would happen. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
also, never mind.
No, please.
No, I was gonna say while I was listening to Spit and Chicklets, they were talking about Vegas and Jack Eichel and Max Pacioretty.
Oh, he's close.
They were suspecting that Pacioretty was on LTIR, and they were just gonna be able to ride that out to the end of the year because he just had wrist surgery. But that is not the case. So they're gonna be
they're gonna have to unload somebody.
Have like a 10 million cap problem because Jack Eichel's like 9, right?
He's 10.
Yeah, so, but they traded some money back out in Tuck. I imagine it won't be like a full 10. Yeah, it'll probably be like they're gonna have to free up like 7 mil of space or something like that. Is my best guess, knowing nothing of the situation. But
yeah. So
that's interesting.
You know, in a couple months. Well, we're already in January. I think he's end of February. He's supposed to be playing.
I think that's like
somewhere around there.
February.
So, I mean, to be able to use him, they got to figure out the cap situation. Mm-hmm. So it's not like, I mean, they could let him sit in AHL, but why would you do that?
I'm sure they'll figure something out.
They could pull a Lightning and be like, well, he's not ready yet. He's not ready.
Find an injury on somebody.
Yeah.
Well, that's the other thing. So many hockey players play with shit.
Yeah, you can.
Pacioretty's out for like 4 to 6 weeks because of a wrist injury. Yeah. So I think they might have been banking on that can do it, but I think it's 6 weeks, and that's not long enough to qualify for LTIR. It's just regular IR.
Oh, really? No. Oh, LT. Yeah. That might be.
Yeah.
That might be
regular IR cap. Hit
it
still remains. LTIR does not.
Okay. I'm excited for Eichel because he is a sick player, and I haven't seen him play in like it's been like a year.
Yeah. We haven't seen over that. I thought.
Yeah, because he was injured for a good chunk of the.
He didn't play.
He played at the beginning.
Very early in the last season.
Yeah, that's true. I forget 2021 was like that season was all in 2021.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's what. Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
So it's been like a year, I think.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Plus, he's on my fantasy, and I'm ready for him to just.
Oh, you
own.
picked him
Oh,
up.
you've had him chilling on the IR.
Yeah, because I saw him available, and I was like,
yeah, somebody dropped him.
I was like, he's gonna go off when he gets back. I'm gonna pick this guy up. At least I think he will. I'll be very surprised if he doesn't.
That was my plan.
If he does pick it up, then you're probably going to start progressing through the standings.
Yeah, that's right. I'm
A
gonna
Jack
rock it
Eichel
up.
a Jack Eichel without the Buffalo Sabres franchise anywhere near him could be very dangerous.
He was dangerous,
Very dangerous
on their team.
Yeah, and
look at him now. He's gonna be on Vegas.
Here's a good segue. Let's talk about another guy who's coming off of LTIR.
Oh yeah.
Before we do that, could we take a break?
Oh sure.
All right.
Let's take a break after this.
We're talking about another player who's going back off of LTIR.
Sorry to ruin your segue.
And welcome back to the Fifth Line Podcast.
Oh, we're back.
Like I hinted at, we're spinning right into Mickey talking about his Tampa Bay Lightning.
That's right. So they've actually been kind of cold. So they got Braden Point back.
Tampa Bay Lightning?
Like 500.
Yeah.
So they got Point back, and honestly, as soon as he came back, they kind of started to cool down a little bit. But it wasn't his fault. He got 2 goals in his first game back against the Canadians.
He's been great.
Actually, they were both pretty sick. But yeah, he's been playing well. And then 2 games ago, I forget who they were playing. Doesn't matter. Cooch came back. So we had basically a full-powered Lightning team, except that McDonough was out. So we had basically a full-powered Lightning team. Vasi was back. And Kucherov had 2 assists in his first game back, and one of them, I didn't send it to you guys. I never saw it on like Twitter or anything. I wish I had, because I would have sent it. Did you see it? I know which
one this is. The fake, slap pass assist. That was beautiful. Someone, basically, he faked the one-timer, and someone was looping around the net, and instead of shooting, he just put it, Point, just right where Point was going to be, and then Point just tapped it in. Empty net. That was ridiculous.
It was, and this is him 1 game back.
Kucherov is very good at hockey.
So, Mike, can I just say something about Kucherov, though? So your Lightning played the Bees yesterday, right?
Oh, boy, that was bad.
And Kucherov did not. I was like, what are you doing, man? He was flubbing his one-timers. He was kind of all over the place. That was just a bad game.
That was a weird game for the Lightning. They had, well, listen, first of all, 3 Bruins shots in, they had a 2-0 lead. So, not.
Oh yeah, because that Pasternak goal was like off of a leg. It was like that. Yeah,
that one you can't fault. But I saw 2 goals from the Bruins that Vasi, like 9 times out of 10, he's got those. And tonight he just missed them both.
Yeah.
So he had a bit of an off game. The Lightning weren't playing great around him either. So it is what it is. But to be honest, I didn't watch that game fully. I had it over here, and me and Danielle were playing Minecraft Dungeons. So I was seeing every now and then, but then it was like Bruins score, and I was like, "Fuck!" So I left it on, but I stopped watching. But yeah, that was not a good game. But I don't foresee that as I think that was an exception to how they're gonna keep playing. But we'll see. We won't see tomorrow because they've had their new game against New Jersey postponed. Why, I don't know. I saw 2. There were like 2 more players. There was like a tweet, like 2 more players from the Devils got taken out for COVID protocol, and then they like canceled the game. So I guess somebody else. I don't think it's the Lightning. I don't think the Lightning have very many people in the protocol. Interesting, by the way. The Lightning haven't been hit by that very hard this season. Like all the other teams are like 6 players out, 7 players out. Lightning have had their worst was when Vasi was in protocol. Vasi, Sergachev. Damn. Yeah, they haven't had. They haven't had very much. I don't know if they're just staying away from people, or my guess is most of them. They live in Florida, so my guess is most of them have had it and now cannot get it. That's my guess.
Yeah. Or at least are a bit hardier against it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think that's probably what it is. But
or they just don't test them.
Or no, because that's not Florida. That's the NHL.
That's the NHL, yeah.
And they're not going to make exceptions down there.
Yeah.
I could see them being stricter down there, to be honest.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah.
So yeah, they've been doing well with that, which is good because I've been able to watch hockey. But
as we have not.
as you
Yeah.
Well, that's been a
Canadians,
while. I was gonna say that's the perfect segue because in terms of anything to report, the Islanders don't play until January 13th.
darn.
But
a bunch of postponements too.
out of their last 4 games before all of these postponements, and the first of these games being December 16th. This is absolutely crazy. They have won 3 out of 4, and gotten a point in all 4 at least. So the most recent 2 games, they beat Buffalo 3-1, and they beat Edmonton 3-2 in overtime. And I mentioned this last week on the Secret episode, but a defenseman. So the Islanders have obviously struggled to produce offensively this season, and that's just across the board. Ryan Pulock is still out long term, and Adam Pelech got a new contract, but he's kind of had an season just like the rest of the team. But Noah Dobson, a defenseman that the Islanders drafted, is stepping up big time this year, and he actually got the OT winner against Edmonton, and CC approves of that OT winner.
Good OT winner.
But yeah, Dobson's having a great season. I think he has 4 goals this season, and
This is the young guy, right?
Yeah, this is the young guy. Yeah, number 8. But he kind of reminds me. I forget who I was talking to about this, but so I don't know if you guys follow the Avs a lot, but Devon Toews, the Islanders defenseman,
He's on my team.
Who's on the Avs? He's great. He's having an amazing season. Now, granted, it's like, who is he with? His power play unit is Makar, Rantanen, McKinnon. Like, okay, obviously
That's pretty good.
Get points, but the way Toews always with the Isles could skate with the puck and make good offensive decisions. Noah Dobson is starting to look
To
like
be
that.
that.
And that gets me
Okay.
really excited.
You want to know who drafted Devon Toews?
Sure.
Who?
Senators.
He was hurt for the first couple,
in
Fantasy. Okay.
Yeah.
I drafted him and then dropped him.
Yeah.
Nick
Now
Ashline
I'm
called
sitting
up
with
the
fucking Dougie Hamilton
Islanders.
with a broken jaw on my bench.
That's unfortunate.
Yeah, I'm dealing with some injury and COVID shit right now too, but we'll get to it.
But yeah, so I'm excited to see the Islanders play the Devils on Thursday, so we'll see what happens there. But they were starting to, I mean, there's no other word for it. They were starting to heat up a little bit because they've been ice cold for a majority of the season. So I hope they can keep that going, and I'm kind of curious after this long break to see how they come out. So that'll be really interesting. But that's all I got on the Isles, guys.
Nice. Shit. I was about to say I'll check out their next game, and then I was like, well, no, I won't, because I live in New York.
Because MSG.
Well, actually, wait. Danielle has cable. Maybe I will.
Oh yeah. Cool. The NHL sucks for that stupid blackouts.
The blackouts being a thing still are just. We are in it's streaming time. We're all streaming.
Yeah.
I
have a feeling soon.
I fucking hope so.
I think soon. Did that. All right. Well, we've reached the end of the show. What do you guys want to rap about?
Can we do a shorter Spider-Man talk?
Sure.
Because we did.
Let me start a timer. I'm gonna start a timer.
Real quick before you do that, Mike. I do have one more piece of hockey news that I want to talk about. So Marc Andre Fleury last night came back to Vegas for the first time. And of course, Marc Andre Fleury, he led the Blackhawks to a 2-1 victory in Vegas, which is not easy to do.
No.
And he played very well. And so did Robin Lehner, to be fair. Even though Vegas lost, Robin Lehner played okay. But I saw a tweet, and Marc Andre Fleury now has defeated all
32 teams.
Oh, that's fucking cool.
That is pretty cool. So good on Fleury.
That is very cool.
Even though
so he already won a game with Chicago against Seattle earlier this year at some point.
He has. Clearly.
Yep. And I don't like the Blackhawks. They can fuck off, but I like Fleury. So
I hope he goes to Edmonton. That is like the most.
I was just gonna talk about that because the Devils have been so bad this year, and they're already out of it.
The
Blackhawks. Sorry,
Yeah.
Blackhawks have been so bad this year, and they're already out of it. I heard that I heard RA say it and Spit and Chicklets say he should go to Edmonton.
If you give Connor McDavid and Leon Draisaitl Marc Andre Fleury,
there's something there.
A lot better than what you've been giving him lately. I mean,
Chicago's
Mike Smith, he had a good year last year, sure, but like
Chicago's just going to lose him.
Yeah,
he's only on a 1-year deal. So.
Oh, this is his last year, is it?
Last year of his deal, yeah. So they might as well. I hope he gets sent somewhere where he has an actual legitimate chance. I'd like to see him have one last shot to go.
So
that would be cool.
So
he had to lose last year. I'm sorry, Mark. It had to happen. But
yes,
so I hope he gets one last good shot.
Just for the viewers, so the Edmonton master plan is trade Mike Smith and Mikko Koskinen straight up for John Klingberg, and then get Fleury from the Blackhawks, and it's going to happen by the
with
trade
John Klingberg.
Exactly.
They're going to send two goalies to Dallas who already has
the most goalies.
Oh, Ben Bishop retired.
Oh yeah,
Ben Bishop
retired.
Overpaid goalies out of Edmonton, by the way. I would.
Mike Smith isn't terribly overpaid.
$2 million.
Yeah, but like he's also 41. Mikko Koskinen, yeah, that's a bad contract.
That one's bad.
But because he's not good. But
that's true.
So yeah, just wanted to be clear about that. Let us know in the comments if you think that's a good Edmonton plan. No, I don't do that.
Honestly, though, like I want to see him do it somehow. And I think those two players are going to move. I think
Klingberg and Fleury.
Yeah.
And Fleury.
So imagine both of them somehow making it
imagine
right Edmonton finagling some sort of like 5-team deal to get those two guys
salary retained.
Oh. Interesting.
It could be done.
Mike Smith is your backup. Your starter is.
Here's the issue.
Mike Smith is backup now. Now that's okay. I'd be like, but not starter 42-year-old Mike Smith or whatever the fuck.
Here's the problem with the Oilers being able to do that is yes they could, but Ken Holland has shown with what he's done that he's not the best. I don't know if he would have the ability.
He's never really known what to do since the salary cap was instituted. His reputation was built on late 90s, early 2000s Red Wings. Before that mattered.
Yeah.
And they could just pay people. And then he's never the amount of just anchors he signed in Detroit they've just gotten out from under of. And then now he kind of did a lot of that with the Edmonton this summer with like the CC thing. Tyson Barrie has not been good this year, and that he re-signed him to multiple years.
Yeah, so re-signed Nuge to a pretty big extension and have Hyman on there
and gave Nurse $9 million a year, which Nurse is good, but like he gave him $9 million for a lot of years, and you got to really.
Listen, there's one defenseman that has earned that. And it's Makar.
Yeah, Makar.
And there's been like 4. Yeah. I think there's like 4 that got $9+ million.
Fox maybe.
Oh, I forgot about Fox. I forgot about Fox. My bad.
No, but like
to your point too. I don't think Evan Bouchard's cheap, and I'm fairly certain that Oscar Klefbom wasn't cheap either.
I think Evan Bouchard still is. I think he's still young. I think he's still like entry level.
Is he?
He is, yeah. At least that's what I thought.
Check salaries on those two guys.
I am doing it right now.
Klefbom's on LTIR though, right?
Yeah, Klefbom. I don't know what the deal with that is.
But I still think he's value, or he has a higher value.
Yeah, Evan Bouchard is still on his entry level.
Yeah. What's Klefbom get paid? Like 4?
I thought it was higher.
What the hell is he? Oh, here he is. 4.1.
Oh, it is 4. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, man, this is just. Hey, they got Slater Cuckoo. I remember him.
Slater Cuckoo. What a great name.
It's a sick name, and it's spelled like. It's spelled like Koek.
Oh yeah. Yep.
It's fucking sick, dude. Yeah, I don't know. They got some. Fleury, I think, should be their number 1 target. I think that would be the best way. Yeah. But they also have issues scoring when either the big 2 are not there.
Yeah. Their forward situation is not great.
Their whole team just it's not good. You get
I don't
outside
know
that top 2
how-
and it's not good.
Yeah, they fucked up the everything around those two so bad. Like there's no reason that team should be bad. There's every reason that team should dominate. Like, look at those two players and everything those two players can do. Like,
No, they should be better.
Most teams would kill for like one of those guys to be even, or like a guy to be like 80% of one of those guys.
And they'd be like, booyah, franchise player.
Yeah, like I don't understand how Edmonton is still. I don't know. I don't know about Edmonton.
So this is the last Edmonton question before we move on to some Spider-Man. How many years until McDavid formally requests a trade?
I think
if they lose in the first round again,
yep,
or if they don't even make the playoffs this year, which yeah, like what are we doing here?
And if he does, and if he like, yeah.
I mean, he's getting handsomely paid, and he's still dominating every year, and like he's making it very clear that hey, I'm fucking good, but like,
you want to win. The whole point of playing the game is to win. Yeah, no.
I don't know how you. I mean, I don't know.
That will be a crazy off season.
Yes,
when he decides
the off season he requests a trade will be it'll be something.
You've got to think almost every team is going to be in on that.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you got to figure out like what they'd be asking. Yeah, you wouldn't be doing your job if you didn't at least be like, I mean, hey, I guess what would you want from us?
Dude,
like,
it's the perfect scenario. Think about it. Every team is in on it, and Ken Holland's the guy who you have to talk to for it. Like, oh man, people are gonna be looking their shit out.
I think it's bad for Edmonton.
It's bad for Edmonton, but for everyone else, yeah, no, it's
quite good. Yeah, you got to think like there's like very few teams that are not going to be in on that. Yeah.
How many more years until he hits free agency? Is it a lot?
I think it's a few.
It was an 8-year contract. 3 years into his career, he's only
been there
25.
7 years, right?
Cap friendly.
Oh, I'm looking at it right here. I have it open.
Oh, okay.
I forgot I had it open. Oh, he's hurt.
Let's give it a quick Connor McDavid search.
The sheer ignorance of that team, though, because they've run the same method.
He's a UFA.
26, 27.
He's got like four or five.
Just the sheer ignorance of that team, though.
This season and forward.
Trying to like run out the same method for the last 7 years and it not working at all.
I don't know how they watched last year and then just doubled down on Smith Koskinen as a pairing.
Yeah, that was questionable.
Like with all the goalies who were moving around last summer, I don't know how you double down on that. That's questionable. I also don't know how you sign all the defensive signings and trades that you did.
Do you guys ever have the double down KFC sandwich?
I have not. No, have you?
No, that's too much.
I haven't.
It's a lot of meat
in like years.
That's the sandwich where the bread is more meat.
It's
the meat bread and then meat inside the meat
no,
bread.
there's no meat inside the meat bread.
Like bacon?
Oh shit, there was bacon. No, there was. There was bacon. I think it was bacon and cheese in between two chicken fillets.
All right, wait, break this down for me because I'm.
All right, so
instead of pieces of bread, it's two like fillets of chicken breaded and fried, and then on the inside we got like pieces of bacon and then like cheese and maybe some kind of sauce.
Probably some sauce.
Yeah, on the inside.
That's wild. That doesn't sound like it would be good for your inside.
It's like the most American piece of fast food, like the most American fast food item I've ever heard of.
Yes.
But yeah,
I've never had one.
But yeah, the Oilers. What are they doing?
The Oilers are like that sandwich. It's just too much.
Yep. All right. So now I'm setting a timer, gentlemen, because we're gonna talk about Spider-Man.
I have a thought. We each get like you start a timer. We each get 3 minutes.
3 minutes.
You say your thoughts on the new one. You give it a rating, and you're done.
All right.
Because we did go on for like a half an hour last time.
It was way too long.
I'd like to be off of this before 10. So
yes.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm gonna say 2 minutes because 3 minutes is way longer than you think.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I could talk about it.
I know you could, but I could not.
Within those 3 minutes, talk about your thoughts and then throw your best moment in there.
Yeah. Okay. Fuck it. I'll make it 3. All right. I'm going to start the clock. Ben, I think you probably can do it the best. So why don't we start with you? And go.
That was the most I've enjoyed a movie in a very long time. And the scene of, spoilers, 10,000 times spoilers.
Spoiler alert.
The scene of the 3 Spider-Men overtook the portals and Endgame scene in terms of like goosebumps in a comic book movie for me, because Spider-Man has always been the top guy for me in terms of comic book characters. This Tobey movies were what got me into it. I read a really specific line of 80s Spider-Man comics that I found at the Market Barn when I was younger. And that was like my introduction to comics. So like I have a really strong attachment to the character, and everything about the movie, as flawed as parts of the plot were. I'm not saying it was a flawless movie. There were some just moments where, you just kind of had to go with it. I don't give a fuck, because every part of No Way Home I loved. Like, Norman Osborn back, Willem Dafoe, like just going off with that character, just cackling at Peter as he punched him, like and then Alfred Molina coming back as Doc Ock was fantastic, and I'm glad he became a friend by the end. And then the moments he had with Tobey, my God. Where am I on time?
You got a minute and a half.
Okay. So yeah, I understand that, like, they did kind of just throw in a lot as like, hell yeah, look at this, all the shit we can do because it's but like, I thought what they did in terms of how much they used the Spideys was very good. They didn't bring them in till late, and I think it's still very much focused around Tom's story, like the Tom Holland Spider-Man story. Like it could have very easily just become, we're gonna try to get as many, which I mean, yeah, they did try to get a lot of references in, but I didn't care because I laughed my fucking ass off when I'm Something of a Scientist myself came back. I loved every second of the movie when I was there. I'm not gonna lie. I laughed. I cried a couple times. I cried at Aunt May, and I cried at Andrew Garfield catching MJ, which that's my favorite moment, is Andrew Garfield catching MJ. I fucking love that. Followed closely by Tobey stopping the glider.
Okay.
I love that movie. I enjoyed that so much. It was everything I wanted out of that going in. Like, I didn't know what was going to happen. I didn't know how well they were going to handle this just sheer amount of characters they had going on in that movie, because it was a lot. And I think they did as well as they could have with what they did. And also, I loved every second of seeing all 3 of those, like the Spider-Man banter they had in that movie was so much fun. But I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 because I loved it. I loved so much of it, but I also know it wasn't perfect. So 4 out of 5.
All right. Right at the 3-minute limit there.
Really?
Yes.
Look at the time.
All right. Does anyone want to go next? Now, keep in mind we have a 3-minute limit, but that by no means you need to speak all the way up to 3 minutes.
Yeah,
you
can stop whenever you go. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
I wanna go next because from what I remember, I kind of feel similar to Ben. I thought, all right, so it was a great movie. Like, I went to the theater with Caroline to see it, and it was fantastic. I think all of the way, like Ben said, the way that they incorporated all the characters but still centered it around, like, Spider-Man was, like, Tom Holland specifically, was really well done. While there are some plot holes, I also really love Doctor Strange. He's one of my favorite MCU characters, and I liked his part in the movie. I really enjoyed just, like, I don't know how, because, like, I guess with superhero movies, like, I know, like, I don't want to mention DC right now because DC are nothing like Marvel. But
they're having a time.
They're having a time. But it's nice, like, going to a Marvel movie and just, like, watching a movie. Like, I'm not thinking about all these crazy, like, plot lines or, like, nitpicking everything. Like, it's just a great feel-good movie.
Yeah.
And, like I had a good time watching it.
Till it just crushes you at the end.
And that's what I was gonna get to. I also really liked, like, the fact that now you have bare bones Peter Parker kind of at the end, and the way you kind of get some closure on, I guess, that like new Spidey trilogy, if you want to call it that. There's like a little bit of closure on that so far. I know they're making more movies, but yeah, I thought it was a fantastic movie. I'm also gonna give it a 4 out of 5. And my favorite moment, just because, and I'm kind of biased here, but I loved Spider-Man 3 growing up, and Sandman was one of my favorite characters. This is the Tobey Maguire movies.
Yes.
And I really like when Sandman was introduced in the film and he saw Spider-Man, there was still like that trust that he had with him, because it obviously is connected to where Tobey Maguire and Sandman left off at the end. Yeah, they ended well. And I thought that was really cool that they really utilized that in the film, but also did it realistically, where like Sandman doesn't just blindly follow him; he questions him after the events that unfold. And I don't want to spoil too much. I know we're already spoiling stuff.
I got a big spoiler alert going before this for sure.
But yeah, so that's my favorite moment, and that was my rating. And yeah.
All right. Very interesting. Nick, would you like to go next?
Sure.
Okay.
I'll probably be quick. They kind of already summed it all up. It was a very good movie, I think. With respect to personal opinions of Spider-Man, I still am a Tobey Maguire fanboy. Therefore, I enjoyed him coming back in, so that kind of like made it more exhilarating for me seeing him back on the screen in that character. I do like how they balanced out. Like, I think one of you guys said it. There was a lot going on, a lot of characters brought in, but I think they did a pretty good job at balancing them out, not giving too much screen time. What's funny, earlier today I'm on Twitter and I see this meme. It's the look that Tom Holland gave Willem Dafoe at the end. He's going to kill him, and Goblin just staring back at him like he didn't have his mask on, so Willem Dafoe was just staring back at him, and it's like, I can't remember what the caption was. I was looking for it while you guys were talking, but I was like, man, that's like,
because was he like fucking smiling? Like he was like, just going for it. Yeah.
So it was pretty cool when I saw that earlier. But favorite scene definitely was when Goblin body slams Tom Holland through that building. Like that was. Ooh.
That's through like how many fucking floors?
Yeah.
Mike, are you frozen?
No.
He's just listening.
Just listening.
But I mean, there was a lot of like, and Mike's about to say it, and I didn't really think it until you said it in the hidden episode. But it was a lot of catering to fandom, and I don't care about that. I still thought it was a very good movie. Not the best. Ben compares his little tingly feeling of 3 Spider-Men coming on scene versus the Portals. I still think the Portals take that for me.
I fully admit I'm just a Spider-Man fanboy. Like,
no, I agree. I'm not discounting that, but yeah. Score-wise, I'm not gonna say it's 4, probably 3.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all I've got.
All right.
It's not as fresh in the mind anymore either.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm trying to remember back.
Yeah, that's the same deal.
I've been rewatching clips for like weeks. What do you mean?
Surprised you haven't seen it again.
Yeah, I probably will at some point.
Yeah, I'd like to go back and watch it again. All right, so here, let me start my own clock. I liked it. Listen. So I talked a lot of crap about it in the secret episode that no one will ever see. And my only issues with it were it was a lot of fan service, which I like fan service, but there was just so much of it. Plot holes, character decisions that I'm like, you are an idiot. But that's what movies are. That's not me. The problem is I project myself there, and I'm like, what would I do there?
Yeah.
And that's not what the point of movies are. So that was part of the reason. But the big reason I had a huge issue with it was everybody else stroking it off, saying it was the best. There were people saying it's in the top 5 Marvel movie, and I know it is for me. I know Ben thinks it is. There might be for some other people.
It'd be low in the top 5 though. Like it wouldn't. There's a few above it for me.
I had some people what Danielle's best friend had it like second or third, and I'm like,
it might make third for me.
I'm like, what are you talking about?
It might make third for me.
Okay, so yeah, listen, I respect everybody's opinion. You like the movie, that's awesome. I also liked it, but I think having it in the top 5 of all Marvel movies is, it's frankly irresponsible. No, I just don't agree. And my problem was everybody they just liked it too much. They're like, it's the best Marvel movie ever.
So it was overhyped.
It was, yeah. It's like public perception is what turned me off of it. I think it's what made me dislike it more, because I was like, hey, that was an awesome movie. You know, we had 3 Spider-Man. That was cool. We had all the old characters.
Your expectations too high going into it, right?
I didn't really have too many high expectations. It's more, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to explain, but I think it was getting too much credit. Because, and here's my thing. I got 40 seconds left. Here was my thing. People were saying it's best like Marvel movie, and for me, it's not even my top Tom Holland Spider-Man. I liked Far From Home. I thought Far From Home was fucking sweet. I would probably put it above Homecoming, but that's just me. But yeah, that was my thing. I had too many people were telling me it was awesome, and I was like, I don't think it's awesome. But I'd give it a 3. I'd give it a 3 too. But still a fun watch, and I will definitely watch it again. So
I fully admit most of my rating was just based, like, I loved both Toby and Andrew. I watched all of those movies growing up and so many fucking times and loved all of them, and I don't know, it was just there was not a second of that movie where I wasn't having a good time when I was in the theater there. Like, it was just,
yeah,
I liked it.
But let us know down below, what do you think about the new Spider-Man No Way Home movie? What's your rating out of 5? And you know what? Put your favorite moment down there in the comments as well, because I didn't share mine.
What is yours?
I quite enjoyed the when they're in Happy's apartment and he's getting the spider sense, but because there's so many enemies, he can't tell where it's coming from, and that was cool. I think that was, and from a video production standpoint, it was really well done conveying that, because it got tight into his face, but the angle of they made it a wider angle lens, so it made everything like more uncomfortable and distorted, and you could tell like some shit's going on.
I've always loved seeing how each one of those movies has been like, all right, how are we gonna display this invisible power, kind of thing? And I also love that.
Well, even
and so, that's some sense of yours.
I don't know how it is in the Amazing Spider-Man movies, because as you guys know, I've never seen them.
We'll have to watch this.
Not any particular reason why.
All right, when you come up after Pondy, we're watching a couple of the. We're watching a couple of Spider-Man movies.
I mean, you're talking about a movie from 2001, from the first ever Spider-Man that came out with Tobey Maguire.
I love that
2022 or 2021, right? So it's like a 20-year difference. How can you develop this now with new technologies and everything? So, like, does it surprise me that the tingle sense is better in this movie? No, not at all.
Okay. I don't even know if it's better. They're all like, I loved the original Spider Sense scene, which was in the school where Flash is coming at him, and like he's literally like looking at a locker, and he like slows down and like he dodges the punch, and then like you see the spitball go by, and I'm just like, I rewatched Spider-Man 1 the other day, and I was like, damn, I mean, like, it's campy as hell, but like I still loved it. Like, it was great. I've always loved seeing how each one kind of has a slightly different sort of.
Yeah,
I've actually never seen the third one of that movie.
Me neither.
And I don't watch that because it will taint my opinion of him, because I know it wasn't as good. And I know
dancing, the dancing on the street.
Yeah, whoa. Spider-Man 3 is a good time, though.
Eric, what's up?
Spider-Man, Spider-Man 3 is a good time. Like, just watch it. It's not. If you're going back and you're being super critical of Spider-Man 3 at this point, just watch it and enjoy it. God dang it, all these people.
That movie is literally
nitpick
it's like a 2-hour-long meme.
Listen,
like
Also,
it's
wait,
the
wait.
best time.
But one of the best parts of that movie is the Sandman arc. That's a fantastic arc.
Sandman's pretty good.
That's a very Spider-Man arc of that movie. Like, it develops Spider-Man's character.
Listen, Nick.
Okay.
Really
Listen,
Let me
amazing
pull
way.
this
So
back
watch
in a
that.
little bit.
Listen, you can't be scared of a taint, okay?
Let me pull this back in a little bit. I have seen scenes of that movie. I have never seen it from beginning to end. Like all the other movies I've seen.
Oh, okay.
Like
you
I
should though.
probably-
It's not
Because I know
it's not
about the
great.
Sandman situation. I've seen
Oh,
that
okay.
stuff.
I
but-
didn't. I was very confused in this movie. I was like, oh, he must be a
All
friend.
right, we're watching Spider-Man 3.
But
Yep.
Cool.
yes, we're gonna do that. Which this weekend, two of us are heading up north, and we're gonna meet up with this guy right here. Actually, it'll be this guy right here. So me and Nick are heading up north this weekend. We're gonna do a little pond hockey because it's been frigid up there, at least from what I've seen on weather.com.
About
It'll
to
be
be
worse.
very
It'll be
cold.
worse on Tuesday. Good luck up there.
I'm
no.
walking to work.
Oh no! Now you got good.
I'm
you
pretty
got
sure
good
you're
mittens
supposed
and
to have
shit.
a high of like 4.
It's-
Wind
it's-
chill of like negative 10.
Plattsburgh,
Oh, man.
Yeah.
so in Plattsburgh, the high tomorrow is 18, low of -6.
Oh,
Tuesday, high of 3, low of -2.
I'm pretty
Wednesday-
sure it's colder than 3 though because of the wind chill.
What? Yeah, because it's
Oh,
Plattsburgh.
Plattsburgh, yeah.
Wednesday, high of 25, low of 21. It warms up that day. That's a heat
That's a
wave.
warm one.
Yeah.
You better get out the umbrellas, beach umbrellas.
Thursday, high of 27, low of 5. Friday, high of 14, low of -2, and Saturday, high of 15, low of 8.
So
That's
that
gonna be nice.
Saturday
we're gonna
will
have
be when
all
we're out
the
there.
ice in the world.
Yep. So hopefully,
I also walked by Hawkins and it didn't look too bad today.
all right. So Hawkins is a plan.
As long
Hopefully,
as you don't get snow up there, it'll be good.
Hawkins should be fine, and then by the February one,
you don't think the lake will be good by
It's
that?
hard to say.
It's been 2
that thing
weeks.
takes a long time to become safe and
Okay.
freeze over. Like it takes
Honestly,
takes pretty far in.
like February, March, as long as I have time in advance to plan, I'm down.
Who knows?
February,
Who knows? Maybe even the little rink that we used to go to.
Oh yeah, by the baseball field over there.
I
That
know.
place
I'll
is
scope
awesome.
that out when I have a
That
car
place is
going.
yeah,
Yeah.
that place is awesome.
You never know. But yeah, so we're gonna be going up. We're gonna be playing a little pond hockey. It's gonna be us three, Nick, Ben, and me, and then Danielle as well. And I think I'm gonna vlog it, boys, because I think we could add a
Oh,
little,
yeah,
a
we
little
have to
short
vlog it all
little vlog.
Do it.
But yeah, so look forward to that at some point.
Oh, we did do one this summer.
Yes, we did. Quite a long one.
Photoshop.
We
there.
watched that the other day. That was a fun time.
Wait, I was gonna say, Nick, can I send you guys a video of me on like a frozen puddle? Like, all right,
Yeah.
out here with the boys.
Woo!
We can like I don't want to go off topic because I know we're wrapping up, but I remember I was listening to a podcast and they were talking about World Juniors and they there was a kid that was like hologrammed in. He was at a different rink. Yeah.
Oh yeah, they do. They for interviews, right? Yeah, they would hologram a guy in for like it was like a TV thing.
So we can do that with Eric.
Okay, I'm down.
I don't know if we have the funds for that, but you know.
Or if Mike has the skills.
I had to unplug my headphones. They were doing something weird. I definitely did
we
not have
heard
the
the
skills
static
for
coming
that.
through.
I definitely did not have the skills for that, so that will not be happening. But yeah, so we're looking forward to that. That'll be a fun time for sure. And we're gonna end it off here with a look at my hockey cards here.
What do you got? What do you got here?
I have 3 rookie cards. Who knows if any of them will ever be worth anything? I have Connor McMichael on the Capitals.
Ooh,
Mm.
So that one
the
could be.
superior Connor Mick.
He could be. There he is. These are cool too. These are the Allure, and they're like they're all the cards are shiny.
Nice.
I
I have look at this fucking thing. I have Calgary goalie Artem Zagidulin or Zagidulin, something like that. This is blue. And then I have Blue Jackets Liam Foodie.
Foodie.
Yep. So hopefully one of those ends up cool. And that'd be cool.
Nice.
Remember, I saved a Lars Eller rookie card back in the day, and like,
All right, that's gonna do it. That's gonna do it for us this week. Hope you guys enjoyed. I know it was a bit of a longer one, but we had some catching up to do after our secret one that was, whatever.
Missing.
We're gonna have to keep referencing that. Just it's gonna be an inside.
The secret episode, yeah.
Yep.
But we'll see you guys next week. Have a good week. That's it.
Yeah.